Fujifilm Australia have paid us a visit and given us a really cool preview of the Fujifilm X-Pro3, and we're going to go over our impressions and basically the design and what's new about the camera. So to start off the video, just letting you know, this is a very early pre-production model of the X-Pro3, so we won't be sharing any samples of the camera. However, in a later date, we will do a full review with some photos and video samples. Now, talking about the actual design of the camera, it is a lot cleaner and it feels a lot different to the X-Pro2. Starting off with the back, which is probably the most controversial and most talked about feature of the X-Pro3, and that is the brand new hidden screen and setting screen at the back of the camera. So what I really like about this camera, and as any film shooter would know, having that little back screen where you can slot in your little carton of film just to know what film is loaded into the camera, the X-Pro3 kind of pays homage to that with its brand new setting screen at the back. So when you've got the camera on your film simulation, it does pop up at the back of the camera as it would, and it has a different type of image for each one. So if you swap to a Provia, it will be reminiscent of the Provia film and etc. Now, to access the actual screen on the side, you can pop it down and you'll have your full screen at the bottom. Now, this was one feature that a lot of X-Pro users really wanted, to have a more discrete screen in terms of shooting street photography, as the angle when you're using on the other cameras, you couldn't really tilt it at all. So now in the X-Pro3, having this ability will allow you to shoot more discreetly and basically have a truer film experience. Now, the X-Pro3 was more targeted towards film enthusiasts and street photographers, and it's really good to see that they took on that feedback and implemented this screen feature in. Now, in terms of the button layout and the ergonomics, it's laid out very similar to the X-Pro2. So you've got your quick menu on the side, and you've got access to your menus and a joystick to select your one of 117 selectable autofocus points. At the front of the camera, you'll see your familiar switch that swaps between full-time electronic viewfinder as well as your hybrid optical viewfinder. Now, the screen in the X-Pro3 is significantly improved. It's a lot brighter, you've got a lot less lag, and that is also the case with the rear LCD as well. On the side of the X-Pro3, you've got a dual SD card slot system, which both ports support a UHS-2 system. Now, on the side of the camera, you've got a microphone and remote port, and you've also got a USB-C charging port as well, so you can charge the camera on the go. And like any other X series, on their top end of the line, it does use their MP-W126S battery. And in terms of the physical body, it comes in three pretty cool colors. So one really important thing to note is that the X-Pro3 is made out of titanium, meaning it's a lot lighter and durable. And the three colors are Dura Black, which is the one we have pictured today, and then there is a black and a Dura Silver model as well. And finally, just a couple features that are really cool in the X-Pro3. The first is the ability to save self-timer, which means that you can boot your camera in self-timer mode and turn it off and turn it back on again, and you will be able to have self-timer function every single time without having to turn on the camera and going in and changing it, which I could find being really useful for landscape photographers. And lastly, the multiple exposure mode, you can actually control how it saves in the brand new multiple exposure control function, which gives you 4 different ways for it to save, including average, bright, and dark. And finally, that's all we have today on the preview of the X-Pro3. We will do a future video where we'll go a lot more in depth and take it out on the field, and we're gonna share some awesome photography and video samples from the camera. If you'd like to see that video, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button so you don't miss out on our future updates and on our video on the brand new Fujifilm X-Pro3.